Welcome back to another episode of Backyard Politics. I'm your host, Nikki. Sorry I was on hiatus for a little bit. I'm back. This episode is about Mark Gamba, who's running for Oregon's Congressional 5th District. This is a map of our district. This is where I live. There's Salem, the capital. Oregon's 5th Congressional District represents Oregon's central coast through Salem, north to the southern Portland suburbs, and east to the summit of Mount Hood. It includes Lincoln, Marion, and Polk counties, most of Clackamas and Tillamook counties, plus parts of Benton and Multnomah counties. This is Kurt Schrader. He's who represents us right now. I got all this information off of opensecrets.org. Schrader is a proud political moderate who belongs to the Blue Dog Coalition and has voted against his party more than 63% of the time. So for those of you who don't know, the Blue Dog Coalition is a group of Democrats who are so conservative but refuse to move to the Republican Party that they made their own little insider club. He's ranked 50th most bipartisan member of the House of Representatives of the 114th U.S. Congress and most bipartisan member of U.S. House of Reps from Oregon. And then I included some stats on how much he won by. And in 2018, he won only 55% to 41.8% against the Republican Mark Callahan, who was put up by the NRCC, which I will get to later. Schrader married Pepco exec former lobbyist Susan Mora in 2016. According to the American Customer... Sorry, there's an ambulance going by. According to the American Customer Satisfaction Index rating, Pepco was voted most hated company in America and was found to have violated the Clean Water Act in 2017, ordered to pay $1.6 million. Pepco is a giant energy provider owned by Exelon Corp. And in case you can't see it, this is the total lobbying expenditures for 2019. Subtotal of Exelon Corp, or for Exelon Corp, and subtotal for all subsidiaries. Okay. Schrader has received donations from the NRA. I believe it's $5,000 to this date, but I'm not for sure. Let me get to my websites I have here to show you guys. This is an article by OPB. Oregon Rep. Kurt Schrader casts a rare Democratic vote for concealed carry gun bill. Now, I am not totally one way or the other on carrying guns. I think there should be more laws in place, obviously, to keep us safe. However, I'm not an all or nothing kind of girl. So, the reason I am bringing this up is because you have to follow the money. Kurt Schrader. This is his career, I believe. I selected. This is how much he's taken over during his career. Top industries are from health professionals, pharmaceuticals, and then his top contributors are Blue Cross Blue Shield and American Veterinary. Do you think he is going to be a Medicare for all kind of guy? Probably not, because these people do not want Medicare for all. Sorry, I'm trying to get back to my slides. Come on. Okay. So if Kurt Schrader takes money from the NRA and votes the way he does in favor of the NRA, and he takes money from a bunch of health industries and Blue Cross Blue Shield, health insurance, etc. He's not going to be for Medicare for all. Sorry, I'm stuttering today. He's not going to be in favor of Medicare for all. In fact, I'm out of order here. Just give me 1 second. This is a direct quote from Kurt Schrader's website. Legislating on health care, an area that's incredibly personal and complex, takes time and effort. As with any major piece of legislation, everyone agrees that there are needed fixes to the ACA. The ACA, Affordable Care Act, was put in place by Obama. He took it from Mitt Romney. It was originally a Republican act, and it was Romney Care. So Kurt Schrader is saying we need to fix Romney Care. That's pretty progressive of him, pretty democratic of him. He sure looks out for his people. His base salary is $174,000 a year, yet his net worth in 2012 was listed at $4,500,558. His other occupations are veterinarian and a farmer. I'm sorry, my grandparents were farmers. They didn't make anything near that. Veterinarians make decent money, but are you kidding me? And follow the money. Let's see what slide I'm on. Okay. Our district was on the NRCC hit list in 2018. They put up Republican Mark Callahan, who I had mentioned earlier, the American politician, was a Democrat, then an independent, then Green Party, then finally a Republican. So you can sure trust where he's going to be, right? Follow the money. He challenged Schrader. Schrader only won 55% to 41.8%, like I also mentioned earlier. There were Ben Shapiro billboards all over Salem during this time. Our district is one of 108 congressional districts that intersects with one or more pivot counties. This should be enough to tell anyone that people agree that our current system of government isn't working. So a pivot county is one that can flip either way. That's why, so people saw Trump as a non-establishment character because he offered things like, some form of a Medicare for all system and no more endless wars, etc. He obviously didn't follow through on any of that. This is why they voted for him after voting for somebody like Obama, who they thought was progressive. The majority of people agree on most of the major issues, and we need someone to show them that. We need somebody to bridge the divide, really. According to an article by rollcall.com, Milwaukee, Oregon Mayor Mark Gamba, who's running against Schrader, when referring to incumbent Kurt Schrader, Gamba said, this is before he was running against him, by the way. So Gamba said, "There's not a progressive I talk to that wouldn't love to see him primaried." The article also goes on to say the mayor might not have the personal financial resources or network to mount a serious challenge, but if a challenger can tap into a progressive network of Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders or New York Rep-elect Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Schrader could face a serious race. And here he is. So when you go to Mark Gamba for Congress, markgamba.com, slides of everything that he is proposing to do. He's a burner, fellow burner. He is very outspoken about climate change. He used to be a National Geographic photographer. Let's just go and look at his site a little bit. Says he's proud to be the mayor of the blue-collar city of Milwaukee, Oregon. This is a quoting this, I left behind my 30-year career as a photojournalist, working with clients like National Geographic, Carhartt, and Adidas to serve the public because of my deep concern about the issues facing my community. I've spent the last 8 years in service to the city of Milwaukee, focused on housing affordability, fighting climate change, and protecting our neighbors. However, as I look around our region, I continue to see people struggling, not being able to feed their children, not being able to afford to go to the doctor, and experiencing homelessness. We know there are solutions to these problems, and we need people in the U.S. Congress with the political will to get these issues fixed without being beholden to the corporations that fund our current elected officials. That's why I'm running for Congress. If we go to his issues, oops, it's tackling climate crisis, universal health care, Medicare for all, income inequality, affordable housing, education, gun violence, jobs and labor, foreign policy, immigration, fair elections. And you can click on each one of these to learn more about it. So, climate crisis. I won't go through all of them. I just want to do one for an example. We are in the middle of a climate crisis. It's talking about getting solar panels. Solar panels cost 80% less than they did in 2008. In fact, almost a quarter of the world's electricity comes from clean, sustainable resources like the sun and the wind. Hold on a minute. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Milwaukee will be one of the first cities in Oregon to be 100% powered by renewables. That's awesome. Despite Trump, Republicans, and Rep. Schrader's anti-environmental policies, we're already transitioning to a clean energy economy, but scientists say we need to do it faster. Here's all the things that he wants to do. Upgrade our building codes, build a smart grid, energy storage, etc. There's a long list of things. It says we can do this. And then you can go back and look at more of the issues if you want to. Mark versus Kurt. I did not come across this earlier when I was doing my research. How Mayor Gamba and Congressman Kurt Schrader are different. Corporate money. Hey, guys! I'm not full of crap, huh? Schrader has taken millions from corporations and votes accordingly. Gamba won't take a penny from corporations and will vote for the people. That's all you need. Ooh, I'm getting too excited here. That's all you need to know. There is more, though. Schrader is a pharmaceutical heir and opposes a single-payer system. Gamba supports a single-payer system. Climate and environment. Gamba is a proven climate and environmental champion, while Schrader is weak on climate and has received a D from the League of Conservation Voters. Jobs and labor. Mark is a strong supporter of organized labor and the rights of workers, while Schrader routinely votes against labor and the rights of workers in favor of corporate interests. Follow the money. Schrader is okay on K through 12 education, but not pre-K or higher education. Mark will vote for pre-K for all, free community college and public college. So what I'm trying to get at is he's basically a small town Bernie. He is for the people, by the people, doesn't take corporate PAC money. Let me find where I was. Give me 1 second. I'm not very good with technology at all. My kids help me. Okay. So, what have we learned today, guys? Follow the money. Anyway, if you are interested in volunteering, which I highly suggest that you do, or donating, or both, go to markgamba.com, and it's, as you can see, it's really easy to navigate through. And until next time, Medicare be with you.